Hi, so welcome to you all at JTC India YouTube live classes. So get connected all of you fastly and so that we can start the classes. So guys, as you can see the thumbnail of this class is the like specifically we are discussing a very few questions in this, but it is very important. What is the very important things in this? The very important topic in this is the guys, first is the reflection API. The first one which I have given here is the reflection API, and meanwhile whenever you are getting any doubt, you wanted to ask any questions, if anything is there, you can please write it in the comment box and accordingly I'll be keep on responding to you, right? So the first thing here guys, what we are trying to see here is the reflection API. Reflection API. What is the reflection API? The question is, what is the reflection API here, right? So if we understand the reflection API, so it is available inside the java.lang package. Java.lang package. Java.lang package. So first, like you might be asking one question, or you might be seeing it here, what is the reflection API? So when I'm saying reflection API, so first of all, it is available inside the java.lang package. It is available, this API is the sub part of java.lang package. Now when I am saying sub part of java.lang package, so java.lang here we will be talking about, one second, reflect API. Reflect API. This is available inside this java.lang package. So what is the special about this particular reflection API? With the help of reflection API, you will be able to analyze your class in a proper manner, in a in-depth manner. When I am saying you will be able to analyze the class in an in-depth manner, so what is the meaning of analyzation? What sort of analyzation, what type of analyzation we need for a class? That is one important question here guys, right? So when I talk about analyzing, when we want to analyze a class, it means what? Let's understand here. If in case suppose I'm writing one class and I'll come to this API, right? So first let's say I'm writing a class. You have written one class A, for example. Some class A you have written here. Is it okay? You have written a class A. Is that clear? Now at the same time, one more class I am writing, class B, which extends class A. This is one another class you have written. Fine. Similarly, suppose here may be some interfaces we have. Interface, let's say I1 you have, or another interface I2 we may have, right? These kind of interfaces we may have. So what we could write here in this is, understand it here, the thing what I can write here at the class B is, the class B extends A and implements I1 and I2. So the first question is, can we write this line or not? That a class can extend only one class, but it can implement many interfaces, which is I1 and I2 we are doing here. Is that okay? Now, about this now, there might be some variables inside this. Next, some methods inside this, some variables, some methods inside this. Similarly, here also something will be there and here also something is there, right? You know well, like what we could write inside an interface and all. So inside the class now, in class B also we are declaring, suppose, some variable understand it. Second point is we may be writing constructors. Third one, we may write here some methods. Fine it is. Now that method could be maybe either it is a static or it is a instance method. See, I am telling you complete in-depth processing, right? Now here, with this, what is your expectation? What do you want to know from here? Getting it or not? Okay, keep on understanding it. So guys, from here what we want to do is, we want to know at one point of time, and I'll tell you one important thing, that whenever you are moving further, either you are learning in advanced Java, or you are talking about the Hibernate, you talk about Spring, any framework, this reflection concept which is there is the most usable concept, and it is being used very tactically. This concept which is there, which I am saying reflection, is being used very tactically. Why it is being used very tactically? Because this interface, when I am saying, so see here, if I have a class B, so sometimes what I want to do is, I want to know that class B is extending what all classes. Which class is the super class for class B? That is one question. It could be. Second thing, I wanted to know that class B, how many interfaces it is implementing. I want to know how many interfaces class B is implementing. Simply you may say that, sir, we will go to that particular class, we will open it, we will look at that, and then we will come to know that how many classes are available and how many classes are not available, right? It is. But again I will say that this is not going to be the right idea, and always you won't be having that code to analyze it again. You are having only the object, and on the basis of that you will be understanding what we should understand. So to analyze this class, Sun has given a very strong API for you to understand it. What is that? What sort of understanding you are going to do? What sort of API Sun has given? So that's the one which I told you, that the API which Sun has given is the java.lang. Reflect API it has given to analyze the classes in a proper way. To analyze the classes in a proper way, Sun has given the API which is java.lang.reflect API to analyze that classes. Getting it? Now the next point, what maybe here you are not able to see, I'll write it here, java.lang.reflect API, right? It is. So I'll be writing many programs, and with the help of that I'll be explaining you what exactly reflection API is doing, and in many different ways first. Okay, so here guys, see, I think, is that clear now? So this is the reflection API here. Now in this there are some sort of programs I will write, and with this we will be able to understand what exactly we are trying to understand from this, what exactly is our requirement in these cases, right? So let's understand here in this. I'll write the examples for you to understand what is the important things which I'm trying to write it for you. Have a look in this. I'll do one thing here. I'll be just creating one, you can say that is the workspace I'll create. Reflection, I'll just create one workspace, simple. Reflection API online, right? This is your workspace name which I have given this, the workspace. So this reflection API workspace I am creating in this. Well, associated with this guys, I'll not create any module here. Now I'll write one thing here. See what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to write one class. What sort of class I want to write? In this, see here, first, I'll write here inside this com.jtc dot something. Suppose I'm writing this the p1, and inside this JTC I'm writing. Okay. But guys, before this one, before the one which I'm going to explain you here, I'll show you the API java.lang dot reflect dot, suppose I'm writing the methods. See, this is one API, one class which we have from this reflection API, which is method. Like that, there are many number of classes available inside this API. So we will be again talking about all that API in this one by one. So what just now I told you, there are very few things which I told to you. What all that? Let's write few of the classes here. So well, I'll write inside this, that is interface. I am writing interface. I am writing I1. I have written a simple one, interface of something called as the I2. I am writing interface of I2. I am writing in this, right? So one is interface I1 I have written. Second one is what I am writing is the interface I2 I am writing. Well, and after this here, now I am writing one more simple class called as a class hello. I'll write here one more class I have written. So see here, very important guys, very important. You need to understand it very clearly, that what it is, how it is going to work, what is again the processing of all that. So I have written one class. Are you getting, guys? So just reply in the chat box once, say yes, we are understanding, and keep on liking the videos also, right? Okay. So I have written a class, two interfaces, one class I have written. Now one more class I am writing. Suppose let's say hello test one class I have written. Now we have some modifiers which we can use it with the class. So can we declare it as a final class? Yes, we can declare the hello test as a final class. At the same time, now what will I do here is, in this one here, the class hello which is there here, it is, we are going to extend here, we are going to extend something. So what class hello test is extending? And see guys, it is one of the very conceptual, maybe it might not be asked much in interviews, but yes, from working point of view, when you're working anywhere, when you're working on any project, this is a very common code which you will be coming across again and again, right? So the class hello test which is extending, what is that? Hello it is extending, right? So one class hello is extending which one? Hello test. At the same time, now I am writing here the implements I1 and I2 I am writing, guys. So one class hello I have written. Here you can see. So there is a class hello test which is extending hello and implements I1 and I2, right? In this, now some properties we are writing. What is that properties we want to write? Int of a is equal to, let's say 10. Int of, suppose just I am writing the b, one hello test, a default constructor I am going to write. A default constructor I am writing. In this hello test, here you can see, and I am trying just to write the code in front of you, even it is taking time, but according to me you will understand in a better way. So the hello test which is there, that we are writing it, one constructor is there here, so that is a default constructor, right? We will analyze it also, and then accordingly here I'll write hello test. In this, now I'll write, suppose int of a and int of b, two parameterized, or you can say the one parameterized, anything you can write, it is up to your choice. So I'll write this dot b is equal to b. Well, and Here now again there is one more method I am writing, void of show method. So here I'll write show in hello I am writing. Very simple it is. And in this example itself, most of the important methods or important concepts of reflection I will be using in this, right? So here I'll just write A, and again that is the B I am writing. Fine. So this is one very simple API of, now we are just going to test the reflection API, what we are going to do exactly. Now let's see here. Here I am writing the main method in this, and again here guys, what I have to do is now, see, the first thing is we can create an object of this class, but obvious we can create the object of this class. But here what I am trying to do is I am not creating any object of this class. What I'll do is I'll just see, there are again many options. So what I'll do here is I'll write the try and, or instead of writing the try and catch, what I will do is here, see, I'll write class dot for name. I hope you all are aware with the class dot for name. For name is a method, understand here, for name is a method. This for name is a method which is available inside this class. It's a class, it's not a keyword, it's a class. Class is, this is the class which we are having is a class dot, what we are writing is the for name. What is the for name? Is a method. I'll show you where this method is. So I can just show you the API java.lang. Here I'll write class. So see, it's a very big class, right? And you will find here the name of this class itself is the class. The name of this class itself is the, what we have written here is the class. The name of this particular class is class itself, right? So in this class itself, the for name method is available. Somewhere you will find this for name method, right? So there it's a for name method which is available here, right? So I'm using this for name method. So this for name method is going to load this particular class. Which class? We are talking about hello test class. So I'll write it here, and dot in this case, now I'll write here hello test. This is one class I have written. It is throwing some exception, so what we can do is we can write the try and catch and exception of E I am writing. Here I'll write it all that. E dot print stack trace something. Okay, now, well, you can see here in this. So we have loaded this class, guys. We are just simply loading this class. You can see the for name method return type is what? Class type. The for name method return type is what? Something called as the class type we have as the for name method return type. So we will write here the CLS is equal to this one, right? So here in this one now, class dot for name method we are writing, and this inside this CLS something we are getting here, right? Now, so what is happening now here? Understand it here. We are loading the class called as hello test. We are loading the class called as hello test. So let's run it once. I'm running it. Here, let me run it. So see, as of now, you are not able to see any output. So what I will do here is a very simple state things which I'm doing here is I'll write one instance block here, IB in hello test I'll write, and at the same time I'm writing one more static block inside this, that is SB in hello test I have written here, guys. Now again I am running the program. So what we got? We got a static block, which means what? It means that our class is just loaded. Our class is just loaded. No instantiation. Nothing has been done in this case, right? No instantiation. Nothing we are doing with this here, right? Okay. Now what again we could do here is that I want to see here that if suppose CLS dot get name, I'm writing here something. I'm just writing here something called as the CLS dot get name. Everything is clear, audio is clear, everything is fine, you are able to listen this properly. Okay, so we are writing here system.out.println and CLS dot get name we are writing, and that is the thing which we are trying to run. So what we got? We have got, so see, what was your requirement? To analyze a class. Your requirement was what? To analyze a class. Understand here guys. अब ध्यान देना इधर से. हमारा requirement क्या था? What was our requirement? To analyze a class. That we were trying to analyze a class. So we had a class called as hello test. We had one class called as hello test. Fine it is. And now when we have this class called as hello test, and it is extending or implementing some of the interface. So what we did? We have written a class dot for name, or in another sense you can say we have loaded that class. This particular class we have loaded, and that we are storing inside again the CLS. We have just loaded this class. So what we want to know, what we want to analyze here, we want to analyze that which class has been loaded. And see, here I am writing immediate next to that itself, so you are able to understand, okay, what is the need of that. But analyze, understand some scenario where you have only the loaded class, where you have only the, which one? Loaded class. And since you are having this only the loaded class, so if you are having only the loaded class, so in that case, you are trying to know which class has been loaded. Which class is loaded inside that? That is your requirement. So if that is your requirement, so how will you come to know for that, right? So there itself we are using this API, right? So now let's see that here. So we have written here the class dot, which one now? Get name. By using the get name, we are able to understand that what name we are getting inside this, which is the class here we are using inside this. Again, in this itself, we may get even the package name also, but here a simple thing which I am trying to get is the CLS dot get. Here you see what I am writing. Get, I'll write superclass dot get name. So get superclass dot get name. Which superclass I am talking about? See here. Which superclass we are talking about? It's an hello. Hello. So hello is the superclass for whom? For hello test. The hello test we have loaded here. So for hello test itself, it is the superclass, right? And since it is superclass for this, so that's what we are again able to see here. Now one more case guys. What is that? That I want to see how many total number of interfaces this class has implemented. Our requirement is to know how many total number of classes has been implemented. So CLS dot get interfaces I am writing, and since I am writing this interfaces CLS1, and that is I am storing inside one class type of array. This particular one I am storing inside a class type of array. Well, when I am storing it inside the class type of array, so what I'll do is now I'll write the for loop. Int I is equal to 0, I is less than CLS1, right? Dot get CLS of get length it is. I'm writing the length of this, and then here a simple for loop I'm using, guys. I think you understand it a better way. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just printing CLS1 of I here to understand what exactly it is giving, how many total number of interfaces it's been implemented over here, right? It is. So here once I'm running it, see here, see it's giving the completely fully qualified interfaces names. Fully qualified interface names means what? That we are able to see each one of the interfaces in a proper way. that how this is coming, what is its implementation, what is its processing, everything we are able to see by using this get interface methods. Well, even if you want to just write the get name, well, you can do one thing, you can write it here, the get name you can write it here, and what you can do is you can see the output here. We are running it, we got here something, right? Well, in the next case here, guys, again, I want to see here, so it's a again important one, very, very important. Here you see. Why it is very, very important? See, a class hello is there. So we have used some of the modifiers here. We have used some of the modifiers again. Very clearly I am saying we have used some of the modifiers. So with class hello test, we have used here some of the modifier. And well, when I have used some of the modifier in this, so what I have to do now, what I have to do is, here you see that in this one, I'll write here cls dot get modifier. It is giving, so see, it is very, very important interview question that what is the get modifier, right? So इसमें क्या आ गया आपके पास 16 आ गया. What is that? 16. अब ये get modifier किया क्या? What exactly this modifier is doing? See, whatever you have used here, so there is a constant value for this. Suppose let's say we have the final one, right? So for final we have a constant value, right? And that value, so for final 16 is the value. Let's say I'll show you here. It's an, here I'm writing something called as the modifiers. I'm writing, one second, modifier, spelling mistake maybe. Here you can see. So here is some values. These all are the constants has been provided inside the modifier class. So for this there is some value. What is that value is, and you must have to remember this point. For public 1, private 2, protected 4, static 8, final 16. That is the 16 is the value. And since 16 is the value, so here it is printing, what it is printing now? 16 it is printing over here. That is the value here, right? Again, like that here, guys. So in many forms we can see, and the one which I have shown you here, it's not like even you can see that the what I told it is correct or not. So I'll do one thing, modifier, where it is, yes, modifier dot, I'll write here final. How I have written? Modifier is a class, which is a class, and inside that there is one static final, something which is available, that is the final. And since it is the final, so we are now printing it again. So that's we got the 16. So the one which I said it is matching it exactly in the same way. Is that okay? Are you okay with this? Okay. Now next here, guys, next here inside this, we can again approach some other concepts also. We can get it in the some other way also. What way we can get it here? Now you see the way what we can get. Say for example, guys, in this class particularly hello test, we have the few fields. We call this one as the fields what we have is the A and then the B we are having. That's the field we will be calling. And when we call this as a field, so here in this one, what I just want to do in this case is, let me show you here. What is that field? I'll be just showing it to you, and what I'm going to do with this is cls dot get fields. And if you see the signature very, very clearly, if you look at the signature in a proper way, then the get fields method return type is of field type array. What is that? Field type array, which means what? We'll be getting this to the type of field I am writing, and you just need to see here. So field F colon here I have written. Now it is a question that what is coming inside the field, what exactly the field is representing. And so see here now, one is of this class. I'll do one thing. One here, suppose int of AB I am writing is equal to, suppose 200 I am declaring it. This is also something you have written. Okay, well, and when you are writing all these things, inside this, so int of I is equal to 0, I is less than what I am writing, f dot length, and I plus plus I just wanted to write. So here few things which we want to see here very clearly. I want to see first thing what I want to see. First we'll do one thing, that we want to see what is the field, what all these fields comes under, what all the things which is available inside this field. In this one now, I'll just be running it. So what did we got in fields? In the last, if you will see the cls dot fields f. So let me show you here. In the last, okay, so the last, there is nothing in the field part. Okay, when nothing is coming in the field part, so why it is so? Let me do one thing. Here we are printing f. Okay, so yes, so now the kind of field, this thing we are getting it here. So it's not like that something is not there in the field, but again where I'm doing some mistake, field of f. Let me do one thing here. Let me write one simple, or else do one thing here, just to check it out whether anything is coming into the field or not. I'll do one thing, f dot length, you write it here. It will give you, it will print exactly what is the length. It's a 0, and that's the reason it is not showing you anything. That's the reason it is not printing you anything in these cases here. Here in the case of field, anything is not available, and that's the reason. So what you can do here, guys, that I can do one more thing here. Cls dot new instance and hello test ht is equal to, and here is the one which I am trying to write. Here is the, I'm casting it to this type, particularly new instance method. Anyways, here you can just look at this we are doing. So here the field is there, nothing is there inside this. That is the something called as the 0 is coming. But what is the field? The field is the one, like whatever that all things you are declaring inside the class, right? And the one which you will declare, so you will be getting it one by one, and that is what we will be calling it as in fields. So now associated with this, now if you want to see, what do you want to see? If you want to see that any particular, like suppose here we have a, we have, this is the variable we are having, right? And since we are having this variable a, so with this particular variable we want to see like what all the modifiers which has been used in this, what all the modifiers which has been used in this here. One second, just right. So the modifiers what we have used, okay. Now one more thing here, at the same thing, get declared fields, we are writing here the get declared fields, and since when I am writing the get declared fields, you see what we are getting. So we got here two things, two variables we got. In get declared fields we got the two things which is there inside this class, a and b, right? So when these two fields are available, a and b, the variables, so at this time what I want to see here and what I want to show you here is that what is the get modifier. Get modifiers I am writing inside this. So 1 second, just f of I plus here I am using it get modifiers. Now you see, I'll show you a few things here. What we are getting 0 and 0 because as such we have not used anything. Now guys, here I'll use first, here I am writing public. I am writing here the public, and well, here I'll write that is the, okay, let me write only the public. Now you see how the value is changing here. It has changed here, the value which we are writing here. And in case if I use static, so public static, so the one which I have shown you, what is the public value? 1. What is the static value? 8. So 8 plus 1, 9 it is. So now when I'll run this program, so it is going to give how much? What it is going to give? Let me show you 1 second. The public static int. See here it is showing the 9. Are you able to see in the last? The 9 value is coming here, right? So like the way these all things will be showing. So this is the value of the, which one now? Field 1, field API in this now. And now, so you want to know if about this more, like what all things it can do. So what you will do? See here. Now you can check it out that what all sort of micro informations we can get about the fields. So you can once refer this API, and that API if you will use it, then it will be again a good things for you to access it, and you will be easily able to understand that what all again options it is doing, right? It is. So this is guys the benefit of using the reflection, right? It is. So did you got some idea about the reflection now? What sort of task this reflection is going to do? Did you understand it or not? Just reply me in the chat box, guys. Again I am not saying that only this is only the API here. Not only, there is a very huge API which is available about the reflection. So out of that I have shown you one way, like how now, like the way itself you can get the information about constructor, you can get the information about classes, you can get the information about superclasses, you can get the information about current class fields, you can get the information about superclass fields, right? You can get the information about methods, its modifiers. So get modifier method, what it is doing, it will add, and like that again you want to call the methods then. So I'll give you one task, one simple task which I am giving to you. What is that simple task? And that you need to understand it here. What is the simple task which I am giving to you? The simple task which I am giving you here is, let's say a class, we are writing a class called as hello, one class we have written, guys. Is it okay? And when we are writing this class, so I can load this class here. So class dot for name I am writing, and I'll just put here the name of the class called as hello. This is the name I am putting here, right? We have loaded the class. And class of CLS, right? We have just loaded the class. We have just loaded the class. Remember my point. We have just what? Loaded the class. Now, if suppose what I want to do here, it's this one itself, that if I'll create one object of this one, new hello, so one object will be created, right? Now, so when you want to create the object instance dynamically, so you will be writing CLS dot new instance method you will be calling, and it will return again the corresponding this type of. So by using that here, what you can do is, you can typecast it to the type of hello and it will return hello of h. So this is also one objective. So the one line what you have written this is equivalent to this line, these two lines. Equivalent to these two lines. One is you are loading the class and then you are instantiating it dynamically. You have instantiated it dynamically, right? It is. So what I want is, in this case, when you will create the object like this, I am only telling you one. So in this, default constructor must be there. Here default constructor should be there. Now, what if in your class default constructor is not available? And better those who are watching this video after, when I am not live, write that in the comment box. The answer I want from you in the comment box at that time. So maybe I am declaring one constructor with one parameter. I have declared one constructor with one parameter, and now then I am asking you to create or to instantiate this class dynamically by using the new instance method. How will you do that? I am expecting answers from you all, right? I am expecting answers from you all. So again, if any questions, any doubts in this, you can please write it in the chat box. It is right. Okay, guys. Again, now here again, please keep on liking the video also. Again, so here next one now. The next question is what? Garbage collection. What is next question? Garbage collection. What is the garbage collection? Remember my point. What is the garbage collection? You can write your answers in the comment box. What is garbage collection? Right, let's see. GC, we will be more popularly, we will be calling it as in GC. So see, again there is, first I'll be clearing your confusion, because this is an interview question, and when you are watching it, so I am assuming it that you must be having some knowledge about the Java, something like garbage collection, what it is, how it works, what is its processing, all these things you must be having the knowledge. But now again, first here, see what is happening first. What happens is, garbage collection. Garbage collection first, right? Garbage collection, with the name itself, one clear meaning is coming, that the garbage we want it, how the garbage collection is being done in Java. How the garbage collection is being done in Java. So before that, there is one simple question, that do we need to decide? See, we want to collect the garbage, we want to clean our house, we want to clean our house, right? So what we will throw out from our house is the garbage. Wherever, whatever in your room some garbage is there, you will throw out that. But do we need to decide the definition of garbage or not? Do we need to make it clear that what is garbage or not? Till the time you are not deciding what is the garbage, how can you collect it? Till the time you are not deciding what is the garbage, how will you claim it? How will you say that no, now you are not allowed, you are not allowed, this is not no of use, I'll throw it out. So first you need to decide that what is the definition of a garbage. What is the definition of a garbage? So the garbage definition is simple definition which I am telling to you is any item, anything, at present we are not using it, at present we are not using it, and in future also we will not be using it. This we cannot say, that in future we will use it or not, that is a different scenario. But one simple scenario is that the first, as I am repeating, concluding myself, that the garbage collection is collecting the unused some things, right? So first of all, before that, we need to decide what is the garbage. We need to decide what is the garbage. Unless we have not decided what is the garbage, we cannot throw out anything. Am I right? So what sort of definition you are going to keep for the garbage? So garbage is something like, at present we are not using it. Clear? But in future we may or may not use that. About that we cannot say anything, but at this time I am not going to use and nobody is there to claim it. Nobody is there to claim it that it is mine. Suppose in a room, if your two, three roommates are staying, 2 or 3 people are staying, right? Something is there. Suppose let's say this duster is there in your room. This duster is there in your room. One of your roommates said that it is a garbage, let's throw it out. Meanwhile, one of your friend is saying, your roommate is saying that no, this is mine. I use this duster to clean my table. Which means what? It means that particular garbage, this particular item, even we cannot say the garbage. This particular thing has been referenced by someone else, so we cannot claim it as we cannot say it as garbage. This is not at all the garbage. This is not the garbage. Getting it? This is not at all the garbage. We're not calling it as so first, what is the definition of the garbage? So garbage definition is, we are not using it and nobody is there to reference, nobody is there to say that it is mine. If somebody is there to say that it is mine, then it is not a garbage. Now you apply this definition in every case, in every scenario. Apply in your home, apply in your colony, apply in your apartments, everywhere. If anything, suppose one car you have and that car nobody is using, it is equivalent to the garbage, right? You'd have seen somewhere on the road and somewhere you will find that sort of cars. But if in your society someone is there and that they are saying that it is my car, nobody can throw it out. That is not a garbage. But at the same moment, if a good car is there in your colony and nobody is there to claim that it is mine, then immediately you will call the police. Why? Because that sort of garbage can be collected by police only, traffic police itself. So they will take that away, that they will tow that car to their garage somewhere. So that is now what? Until unless if somebody has claimed it, so that is not the garbage. Is that clear now? Now when I am saying, what is the meaning of garbage collection? Okay, I'm just going through your answers, guys. Right, very good. Right. Okay, so now here, let me complete it. I have seen your answers, so you all are perfectly okay, no problem at all. You all have given the correct answer. But I hope so, the one which I told you, you got some reference first. So the garbage is, right? So garbage collection we are going to do. The garbage collection, which is that we are going to do. So remember 3 things in the garbage one. So it's a golden rule. What is that? It's a golden rule in the garbage collection. 3 parts I am making it inside this. 3 parts I am making it. What is the first one? Is the old. What is that? It's an old. Second one is survivor. What is that? Survivor? SURVIVOUR. Survivor something. And next one is the Eden. Eden. Are you getting it? Here these 3 things are there. And where it is available? Where this is available? It is available inside the heap. It is available inside the heap. Old, survivor and Eden. This is available inside the heap. Make it clear. This is available inside the heap. Right? Now, whenever you create any object, whenever you create any object, so here I'll just write it in a simple one. Whenever you create any object, let's say we have a class, let's say we have an hello, we have one class, maybe one class we can have. A simple names I'm using, guys, hi, hello, so that names could not cause you some kind of problem with you, right? It is now. No, you are right. Like Santosh has given that cleaning object and that has no reference. That's fine. No reference. I explained it. But now let's understand it in a more in-depth manner, that garbage collection. So what is this here? A class we have written, and the name of this class, what we are writing is the hello we are writing. Is it okay? Now, when I'm writing class hello, so at the same time now we are creating one object for this class. We have created one object. This is one object we have created, guys. This is one object we have created. So this object, what just now we have created, the one which we have created is a new one. So this is going to be placed. ये जो object है, this object which is there will be placed where? Inside the Eden. Where? Inside the Eden. New generation we will be calling. What? New generation. Our specific term we are using, new generation. From JDK 1.8, these all terms we are calling it new generation, right? So this is a new object, not old, new object, right? Now, at the same time, if you create some another object also, new of hello, so this is also going to be placed inside Eden. This is also going to be placed inside Eden. Are you getting my point? This is also going to be placed inside the Eden. See, that is something different concepts when you are understanding. So that kind of doubt you may get, right? It is. So keep on understanding it, right? It is. Now, so here we can call it as a new generation or young or young. I hope it is visible that side. Maybe. Okay. Now, so hello h1 is equal to, so these objects we have created and it is placed inside where now? Eden. Now what happens? What happens? Whether you do anything or not. Whether you do anything or not. If you do anything or not, garbage collection process is an automated process. It's an automated process. So automatically a collection cycle is there. We will call it as a collection cycle. Once again, we will call collection cycle. What we are calling? Collection cycle we are calling this, right? So the object which you have created has been placed inside the Eden, and since it is there, and Eden is what? It's a memory space. And this space is available inside where? Heap it is available, right? So when your one cycle, when collection cycle is garbage cycle, you can say collection cycle, you can say is completed. When one collection cycle is completed and still that this particular objects whatever you have created has not been claimed by garbage collector. Has not been claimed by garbage collector. Understand my point? See, you might think that as of now I have not explained how we will identify the garbage, but I am explaining that only, but in something different approach I am explaining. So just give some time, you will understand it. So you have created this object, it is there in the Eden, and when, as I told, it is what? Service thread. Garbage collection is what? A service thread. So service thread task is what? Automatically it will be doing some task. Garbage collector which is there, it will be doing some task automatically. You need not to do anything. Automatically it will do some task, right? Whether you are doing it or not. But yes, you have the option that you can do it explicitly also. Right. Now, so it is there in the Eden. when one collection cycle is completed, then when one collection cycle is completed and still that has not been claimed by the garbage collection, then these objects will move to the survivor, where it will move to the survivor. Now when it is moving to the survivor, once again, now garbage cycle is going on. When the garbage cycle is going on, and in survivor also, if it is not being claimed as a garbage, still the GC is not able to claim it as a garbage, then after 2-3 cycles, when I'm saying 2-3 cycles, hope you are understanding it. After 2-3 cycles, it will move to the old. Where it will move? It will move to the old. It will move to the old. But still it has not been reclaimed by that, right? So it will move to the old. Getting it? Now again, but again here itself, when and this we will be calling it, the objects which is available now here, we will call it as an old generation. We will call it as an old generation. The one which has created here, we are calling it as an young generation. Getting it? Hope you are getting it here. So I'll now, you understand this point, that from where, first what I have told you, that from where objects are being claimed by the GC, garbage collector, right? It is GC and garbage collector, these two are different things. GC is not a garbage collector and garbage collector is not a GC. Why I am saying this? आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों को लगेगा कि ये तो सर क्या बोल रहे हैं कि जीसी का ही तो फुल फॉर्म गार्बेज कलेक्टर है. डेफिनेटली वो आप अपने पर्पज से बोल सकते हो जीसी का फुल फॉर्म गार्बेज कलेक्टर है, बट एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट पहले समझ के एंड देन आप बोलना कि क्या मैंने बोला. यहां पे देखो, ध्यान से देखो, जस्ट लुक एट दिस. Here when I am doing something, when I am writing something, you would have already studied java.lang system when I am writing. So see, what is this here? What is this? Are you able to see this? Are you able to see this? Are you able to see this? What it is this? Are you able to see this? It is a method. This particular is a method. This particular one, what we have is a method, right? So GC is a method. It's a method, right? So GC, when we are saying it is a method, but by default what we used to say that GC means the garbage collector. It is there in our mind that GC means the garbage collector. Right, it is. GC means what? A garbage collector. We used to think like this, that GC means garbage collector. Okay, now here. So GC is a method and garbage collector is a garbage collector. Right, it is. Okay. So I hope you got it here. Now understand guys here. So here first. So now I was on the point, how will we identify whether objects are so? What we have discussed is like from Eden, if it is claimed, then okay, or else it will move to the survivor. If it is claimed from here, or else it will move to the old, or finally from the old, if not required, it will be cleaned up, right? But what will be the condition from where here it is going to identify whether now I need to access it or not? How GC will identify? So I'll now explain what internally JVM will do to perform something with the GC. Now you see, and you wait till the last of this class because I'm going to explain G1 and It is very, very important point to understand it, right? So see here now. Look at this now, guys. Look at this now. See what happens, like you have a class you have hello, right? And when I'm writing a class hello, so hello h1 is equal to new of hello, one object you have created. So I'll just now draw some diagram for this. Once again, you are creating some object new of hello, one object again you have created, right? So what is happening? Suppose this is your heap memory. In heap, the one which I have explained you, what is this now? Hidden space, what is that? Survivor space and old space, right? It is. So h1, so now I am removing it. So in hidden only, right? So here I'll show. One object is created and h1 is pointing to that object. Maybe 1025 just reference I am using. h2 again 2025 I am using, right? So in h1 1025 is there and in h2 2025 is there. What I'll do here is, if in h1 is equal to, I have declared null. What I want to declare? Null. So when in h1 is equal to null you are declaring, then what is going to happen in this, guys? What will happen? This is going to be now reference. So in from here h1, the reference variable h1 is there. Inside this 1024 is not available. So now this object is lost. This object is unused object. And now this is going to be eligible for GC, garbage collector. This is eligible for the GC, garbage collector. Are you getting it? This will be eligible for the garbage collector. Now next one again, when another one I'm saying, when let's say in h2 you have written one new object you have created. Like that again many. So in my book I have given all these things. Those who are having, you can just refer from that. So h2 is equal to new of hello when I am writing. So when h2 is equal to new of hello I have written, it means that one more object you have created, and maybe this is 3025, and in 2025 now 3025 will be there, and this is not going to point. So now again this is also going to be eligible for the GC. In any context, so I'm not going, I'm not something giving in such a way so that you can memorize everything, but yes, wherever you are creating the object, so always object will be created in heap. Either you create that object in local context or anywhere you create, that object is going to be created inside the where? Heap only. Number one point. Now the matter is where you are creating object. If suppose, for example, the same objects, what you have done is maybe you are creating it inside some method. So I'll write word of m1 method when you are writing it. So when you are writing it inside the m1 method h1 and h2, so when for h1 and h2 memory will be allocated? Whenever your control comes inside this. And when the memory will be destroyed for h1 and h2? Whenever your control comes out of this. So at that case also these two objects will be eligible for the GC, garbage collector, right? So this is a technique which just now I told you that by using this itself, it will be identifying that which object is unused and whether it is eligible for garbage collector or not. Hope you got my points. If not, that write into the comment box, guys. Next one again, Next, associated with this, few more things we are trying to I'll be explaining here. So now I'll explain the core concept of GC. Core concept of GC. What will happen? What will happen in this? What exactly GC is going to do? See, whenever any heap memory related problem is identified, whenever any heap memory related problem is identified, immediately JVM will call the GC. Immediately JVM will call the GC. What is GC? It's a service thread. It's a service thread. So since it is a service thread, so what is the task of this? The task of the service thread is to reclaim the memory allocated by the given objects. Whatever the unused objects are there, it will be reclaiming the memory by that. So whenever the GC is going to come, so before that GC, JVM will be doing following task. JVM prepares list of unused objects, unused or unreferenced object. Once it will, after preparing the list of unused objects, second one now, it will call system dot run finalization, and this run finalization will call system dot GC method, right? It is. Now this GC is calling this garbage collector, right? It is. And then the memory which is being reclaimed. Now this process will be done automatically also, but when it will be done? Whenever your heap memory related problem is identified. But the question comes is, can we do this by our own? Can we perform this garbage collection process by our own? Yes, you can perform. Can you call the garbage collector? You cannot call the garbage collector, you can request the garbage collector. You can request garbage collector. How? What is the process of requesting the garbage collector? So the process of requesting is, you will call system.gc. System is a class and GC is a static method inside the system class. So you will call through this, that system.gc, and then you are making in this way you are making the request to the GC that please come and clean the unused and amount. But whenever you are calling it, it may come or it may not come. Both options are there. It may come, it may not come, right? It is. Both things it can do. It may come, it may not come, right? There is no guarantee. Why? Because it is a thread, and you have already studied in the multi-threadings, or you might be knowing in the multi-threadings, that the thread processing depends on whom? Thread processing depends on the life cycle of the thread. Thread scheduler, it depends, right? So when that thread is going to be processed, many things are available about this, because this cannot be completed within this short time, but whatever the maximum things which is there, that I have given to you. Now in this one, major drawback here guys, major problem here, that whenever this process is running, whenever this garbage collection process is doing, so one simple thing I will ask you, that if in your house garbage collection is going on, cleaning is going on, will you be able to do anything? Remember the Diwali time. Remember Diwali time. Will you be able to do anything or not? Will you be guys able to do anything? No, you will not be able to do in that case anything. You will not be able to do anything in that case, right? So similarly, whenever this garbage collection process is going on, that time anything cannot be done. That is the ideal stage, right? So that is the GC, garbage collector is. That is the garbage collection process is, guys. In this again, any questions you are getting? The simple programs are there, guys, and The simple programs, as already I have given in the books and all, you can get it from there. But the main concepts which is there, as already I have explained here in this. Okay. And now, what is G1? What is the G1? G1. G1. So the first we will call garbage first. We are calling it as an garbage first. So garbage first is what? It provides the parallel processing. What is that? Parallel processing. What is the meaning of parallel processing? Now, parallel processing means concurrently it will be doing. Means if multiple things are there, so it will perform the multiple things. Multiple things, what is there? One is the garbage collection process, and second one, parallelly you will be able to perform your task also. Parallelly you will be able to perform your task also. Means just now I told in the garbage collection GC previously that it disturbs your flow, whatever internally things are being done. So whenever this is being done, that won't be done. But here in this case, guys, parallel processing will be done. Parallel processing will be done. So that is one benefit of this garbage. Why? What is the parallel processing and all? And parallel processing is not at all guarantee of efficient work or fast work, because again it is depending on the core of your CPU. It is again depends on the core of the CPU also. But this is one thing. Second part is, guys, so that is the first benefit of the G1 is garbage first, is that parallel processing it is going to do. And second important thing is that it uses the non-contiguous memory location. It uses the non-contiguous memory location. When I am saying non-contiguous memory location, so in heap, the unused amount of memory is there, the unused objects are there, so it is not going to store that all objects in a one specific location itself. That is going to use the non-contiguous location. And so this is the two benefits. And from JDK 1 you can say 8 onwards, internally your garbage first is being used. In that case you need not to do anything for that. And again if something is there, so okay, anyways. So now further, if any question, any doubts, guys, and anything is there, if any more explanation is required, write in the comment box, those who are watching it later. And please keep on writing in the comment box how you like these classes or not, what all the things are getting, what we can improve, what all the benefits, is that it is going to be helpful for you or not, in somehow is it helping you or not, right? So that, because that your comments really encourage us to do more and more effort, right? So good night to all of you guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot.